Isn't she a beauty? This is my new to me tiller, and it's a gift, or I'm mainly thinking of it as a loaner from my friend Darlene. This is a Central Park 5 horsepower counter rotating rear tine rototiller. And boy, can I use this in my yard here in Northwest Alabama with my compacted clay soil. Let's get on to that project. Hi guys, I'm Jackie from Famished Farm. Today we're going to try to get this tiller going. Darlene bought this from a company called Builder Supply. I don't think it's around anymore. I could be wrong. She described this as pre-Home Depot. She's more of a Menards girl anyway. This was from Builder Supply. She's had it for 30 plus years and used it a lot. They had 4 acres in northern Illinois, beautiful yard, beautiful planters. They used it for gardening, planting beds, you name it. She's told us to call if we have any questions, but she did just say anytime she needed it, she just threw some gas in the carburetor, cranked it up, and got to tilling. Here's Rod and I trying to make that happen. He's kind of given it a once over, put some gas in the carburetor. Now we're just pulling till we get the choke set right and get the throttle going correctly, and voila. Now, it's been years since I used a rototiller, and honestly, I'm not sure exactly how this mechanism works, but with a little trial and error, we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, these levers down on the bottom, that's what engages. See, there we go. So, luckily this is built solid as Sears, because you can see us yanking on this. And honestly, it's more of an in action than an out action and a sideways action. So we do get it figured out, and then it's just, okay, how do you engage it once we have it in forward? How do we engage oh yeah, these levers down below. There we go. There we go. So the whole reason that we've got this going is that we finally are working on our Fruit Arbor area. I've put in 3 posts up alongside the new privacy fence sections. This is where we took the trees out. You can see the remaining trees there on the end. So what we're trying to do is till in between the concrete footings for these posts and the remaining tree stumps, and there's some pretty big tree stumps in here. And it's kind of interesting. Like I said, it's been a while since I tilled, and right there you could see I ran up against the concrete, and you'll see it occasionally. The front or the back will heave up or down or sideways. It scooted a lot sideways when I got close to tree stumps that I'm trying to go around. So this is just kind of trial and error to see how much we can get done. Would have been much smarter to do this before we put the post in. Just was not thinking that out. So here we are trying to get as close into this corner as possible. I'm going to move my elderberry into this corner, and we can't get real close, but it's still going to work out fine. It's better than it was. We're going to end up pulling a lot of vines out of the tines of the tiller, and I thought I had pulled up all of those vines over the last couple of weeks since we took the trees out, but alas, no, there's more vines. I'm going to till in that pile of clay soil that came from the post, and I've got 3 piles like that will get mixed in here, and you can see about how close I can get into the corner. It's not terribly close, but it's okay. It's still going to be better. I'm going to plant one of the Suffolk grapes on this end of the arbor area, so that'll work just fine. Our previous rototiller we had in Florida, my neighbor Matt borrowed it, and we never got it back. It was from my grandpa. It was a really good tiller. He used it in his market garden. So I was sad that happened, but that's how things go sometimes, loaning tools out. So I've been doing the tiller kind of in an east-west orientation, lengthwise, and now I'm going to run it across the planting bed, kind of north-south, so we can get all of this worked up. Soil is better than in a lot of places in the yard because of the trees and the vines and everything that were growing in this area, even though the trees were dead. But this is going to work out just fine. I'm so happy to have this. This really makes planting this area so much easier. The tiller tines kind of bottom out on some of these deeper vines, and so as I go through, Rod is going to come behind and either pull, or in some cases he uses his reciprocating saw to pull these pretty thick vines up. There's some of them that are over an inch thick. These that he's got right there are, probably half an inch thick. And we'll get those pulled up to the best of our ability, just so they're not in the way of any of the grapes, the raspberries, or the strawberries that we're putting in today. So once we're done tilling, we still have some holes to dig, and you can see this is kind of what the day was like. We are right between the concrete footed post and a tree stump. And as you might imagine, as we get down deep enough, there are several good-sized roots coming out of here. So Rod is going to come in and lend a hand with his reciprocating saw. He has an old blade that he keeps just to do this, not one of his newer blades, obviously. So we can stick that right down in the dirt and cut against the roots on both sides of the planting hole, and then pull up whatever's in there. Did I say we have rocky soil too? No, I probably didn't this time. So yes, we are encountering some rocks every now and again. The biggest one that we found was about the size of my fist today, but all in all, it's not too bad. Like I said, the soil is not as bad as in some places in the yard because of all of the plants and trees and stuff that we're growing here. So this is the Suffolk grape, one of two that we're pulling from the south side of the house to put into this Fruit Arbor area. I'm just going to backfill the hole, pull out any more roots that we find in there, and then I'm going to water this in. And then rinse and repeat for one more grape plant, 4 raspberries, and the strawberries that are going to be moving over the side. When I finish digging today, I have a nice little arm load full of 1 inch plus size vines that came out of the ground. Did I say that I thought I got all those vines out? Well, there's a lot more in there yet, but this is how it ended up looking. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I'm not going to mount the grapevines yet. I still have to do some cross members on each of these posts and then do an arbor of some kind up above. But that is coming. Future projects. There's always something to do. Guys, I hope you're enjoying our content. If you have any ideas for us, we'd love to hear them. Leave your comments down below, and please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.